Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
What is Path of the Pale Rider anyway? Is it a comic book? No, that's not it. Is it this? What the heck is Path of the Pale Rider, man? There's no way this is right. How about this? I have no idea.
We can rob a bank.
Oh, it's this.
Yo, Pops Van Zant here. The Madness Comic Network is evolving into the Madness Roku Network. We're taking our stuff to Roku. We're joining great channels like the American Horrors Channel. We're taking our stuff over there, guys. We love it over there. You're going to love what we bring you. We got some great shows, all kinds of different stuff. Come join the madness, yo. Madness Roku Network right here. Peace.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zant on YouTube.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I wish I was a little chipper. I'm a little under the weather. I'm just coming down with this nasty cold that's been passing around my family, so I apologize. I'm not my usually chipper self. I do have my coffee. I also came prepared with an extra cup of tea because my voice could give out at any time. But hooray! It's like you get sick right in the middle of campaign, and I got 8 shows to do this week. Yeah, I'm on 8 podcasts, 9 including this one. And then I'm heading to Cowtown Comic-Con this weekend. So I plan on blowing out the vocal cords completely. But maybe I can have that sexy raspy voice by the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see. For all y'all who are following Path of the Pale Rider progress, say that 3 times fast. We are in a good place. We hit our funding goal on Sunday. It's still growing. I went on a wonderful show last night with Keith Gleason and Johnny C. and Harry. We found some more backers. So it's great to be in front of a new audience who maybe hasn't heard of all the crazy stuff that we do in Path of the Pale Rider. So here we are. We're $56 away from our first monetary stretch goal. So we already unlocked the poker card, right? At 50 backers, we unlocked this bad boy, which goes along with this bad boy down here. So we're building. I'm so excited to build this poker deck. It's going to be so much fun. So everybody gets the Ace of Hearts to go along with their King of Hearts. We're going to unlock at least another card. That would be great if we could unlock 2, but we'll see. But I'll flip these over when we get there, and should be in the next couple backers we'll get here, which is great. And then, whoops, I'm sorry. That's at 50. This one is the one we're unlocking at with $56. This is the huge indie PDF bundle, which I love this because most of the time when people are backing and let's say they're international and we don't ship to their country, they can still get this PDF bundle as a stretch goal. They're included. So that's what I love. Everybody gets this. There's 15 indies on this, which you will get free. It's amazing. There's so many issue 1s that are just so good. And I got some new ones like Dragon Child is new. Dusk is new. Fluff's Fury is new. To the campaign. Kara Prime, Knave of Hearts, Slaughterville, and The Good Night are all new to the PDF bundle. I kind of switched some stuff around. I kept A Mother's Whisper and Avalon. If you haven't read Incantessi, you should. PTSD is there, Raise is there, and of course, my girl Carissa Grant's Worthy Chaos Redemption. That's an amazing bundle, and I'm so excited that people are going to get this in a day or 2. We'll unlock this, right? Maybe today we'll get there, so we can mark this as unlocked, and then we'll keep going. We got koozies coming. We got the slice and dice coming. I'm making some really cool bookmarks with some Morse code. It says something. I'll move on. Don't solve it yet. Of course, we have some enamel pins. And then if we get to 7,500, I'll razzle and dazzle you. I might blow something up. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do, right? The short films are all here in case you missed any of them. If you enjoy seeing me get hit by a car, that's in the second one. If you want to see Pops get shot, you can see it in the third one. And of course, we're working on short film number 4 as we speak. I'm working on the tail end of it, and I have filming to do. I've already talked with the actors. It's going to be fun. So we got lots of good stuff coming. Make sure you tackle these riddles. This one is particularly fun on the 3rd issue, where you get to scan all the QR codes and watch all the things that kind of inspired Path of the Pale Rider. And one of them is bonus material. You will know. John Westhoff has seen it. It's creepy. Ask him about it. Yeah, go figure out which one it is. Now, the bonus video, you cannot find it by searching on the internet or YouTube. You have to find it here in order to see it. So that's fun. Just lots of good stuff. And I'm so thankful that we are where we are. Been pushing hard. I work hard to make sure that we get as far as possible in these campaigns to give you guys the best product, the best comic that we can possibly give you, right? Team's already moving hard on stuff. And Matt Chambers. Dan is in the back. That's my brain's thinking about Dan. Matt Chambers, who is our colorist, of course, started coloring issue number 1. So as you guys know, issue number 1 we did in black and white, and he's coloring pages right now, so that way we'll also be in color. So after this campaign, when we get to that trade paperback, you'll be getting color pages for number 1. It's going to hit a whole lot harder. So yeah, enjoy that wonderfulness. Go check it out. Help us get to the stretch goal. You could be our hero, and then we really have no idea. If you want to see the craziest welcome video on Kickstarter, please go watch. There's a blooper reel that goes along with it. It's really funny, where I fall out of this chair like a couple times, and my eye comes popping out. It's a good time. It's a good time. So there's that. And I'm going to bring in our guest now. Our guest is someone who's been moving in the same circles as myself, and we've just never had a chance to sit down and talk. So I'm really looking forward to this. Dan Price does Bigfoot Knows Karate, and it just sounds amazing, by the way. If you haven't, it's a cryptid, it's martial arts. What else can we say about it? It's just so cool just from the title, right? But
yeah,
it's
it's one of those grabbers, right?
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like the name is just perfect, I think. And we all strive to get that name to be memorable. But you're like me, like it's long. I feel bad. It's like we always gotta like try and like make it smaller, fit on the page.
First, real quick, I just want to say it's great to finally get to meet you.
Yes.
I've been really looking forward to this for the reasons you said before. We just kind of seem to travel around each other and never get to meet. Unfortunately, I will not be at Cowtown this weekend. I had to cancel, and I was supposed to be there. Are you in Texas?
I am. I'm in. I'm north of Dallas. I know. I saw that you were. Where are you at?
Austin.
Austin.
Austin. Yeah.
It's like a 4 hour. Is it 4 hours?
To Fort Worth, the convention.
About that? Okay. Because I'm like an hour north of that. So I go south an hour to come to Fort Worth. I'm like an hour from Oklahoma. Like as far north as you can pretty much go.
Gotcha. No, but no, I mean but to what we were saying, having a title that just grabs your attention, it definitely helps for sure. Path of the Pale Rider's a damn good one because we go like, "Ooh, what's that?" I'm a Johnny Cash fan, so that immediately was like, yeah. So
there's a ton in there because it's like Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood, but it's also like biblical because we're talking about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. A little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, there's a song, gotta cut you down. That he's talking about the Midnight Rider, but it's like it's in that same vein, and it's like
absolutely.
And that's a song that I listen to a lot. It's on my Bigfoot Knows Karate mix that I listen to when I'm drawing. Because like music's everything, and music makes drawing and writing that much better. And like if I could, I would have a soundtrack to my comic. You know what I mean? There's a guy years ago. His name's Ben Snakepit. He does a book still to this day. He used to live in Austin. I don't know where he is now. But he does this book called Snake Pit, and it's 3 panels a day of every day of his life. Okay, and then there's a song associated with each comic that he does, and he's been doing this since the early 2000s, and he keeps making books and getting them published, and it's amazing.
I have a friend that does that too. Like he'll sketch pages. Um,
Mhm.
he'll record like screen record, and obviously it'll show like the progress, but he'll put in the comments like, here's what I'm listening to right now. So you can either
Mhm.
listen to it with him, or you know what I mean, or if you go back and catch the
Yeah.
replay, you can figure like what's setting the mood um to what they're drawing. And I think that's super interesting, right?
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Are you also a musician too, Dan?
No, but I just love. I've taken lots
Music
before, but
appreciation.
I'm a
Yeah,
music. I took history of rock and roll in college. I know what's up.
that's
The
cool.
Yeah, no, but well, everybody took that class. It was an easy A. But I love music. I love music from down, left and right. I listen to it every day, and something different. Try and do something different. And just have some fun with it. Because I mean, like music to me for the comic is so exciting because when you're making trailers and stuff for Instagram Reels and that sort of thing, it is just kind of setting the tone. There was a artist friend of mine who named Dennis Valencia who contacted me one night. He said, "I'm about to read your book. What song do you recommend I listen to?" And I said,
Yes.
"Oh, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, Going Out West by Tom Waits. Completely. Go listen to listen." And he was
Good
like,
morning,
"Oh
Victor.
hell yeah, let's go." Anyway, so yeah, I love music and comics. I wish there was a better way to put it all together. I guess we're all gonna have to get animation deals or something like
That's
that.
I
So
mean, at some point, either that or someone's just gonna
yeah,
have to learn how to do it.
yeah, no
Like,
doubt.
you can't afford it, you gotta learn how to do it. Sorry, it sucks,
Hey,
but
I already figured out how to do director's commentaries in the back of comic books. What more do y'all want from me? So
animation, Dan, do it.
yeah, I'm working on it.
I tried. I went on to, Blender and I was making the donut and I was like, "Man, this take forever." I was like, "I don't know, maybe this is outside of my wheelhouse, people." I just it's like, when you're a comic book creator and you're trying to produce your stuff and you're trying to promote your stuff and run your Kickstarter and keep track of your artists and talk to the LC. It's like it's so many hats that you have to
Oh yeah,
wear. So when you're like, "I'll learn
oh yeah.
animation too," and you're like, "No, no, I won't."
No, no, I won't.
There's no time for that.
You know, there is only so much that you have time to do. And I
Right,
mean, I have a full-time job, wife, kids, all that stuff.
right.
Write, draw, write, and I co-write. I have Casey Allen. I can't say enough for Casey. Casey's incredible. But I, draw, I co-write the book, the main storyline and, color it, letter it, do the book production, market the thing. Can't
Right.
do it all. I mean, you can't
It's
do it
hard.
all. It's an
You just
impossibility.
can't.
Yeah.
I
And
tried. John Westhoff, please explain to me what this is. I'm just kidding. He went camping with his kids and we're all posting bear memes on his feed.
gotcha.
Sorry, John. Um, yeah, a bunch of people in the chat. Matt Chambers is here. Good morning, Matt, our colorist. Good stuff. John is here. Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but we love
A
you,
Facebook
Victor.
user.
George is here. George Medina. What's up, my people? There you are.
George. George
Brian,
is a
good
beautiful,
morning.
beautiful person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to
We got
see
another
George in
Facebook user.
Baltimore.
I think this is Cody. I want to say this is Cody. Because he calls me the Calcaterra, which makes me laugh. I don't know why, but it's funny. So Dan, give us your origin story. I feel like I need to know, like, how were you writing as a young age? Have you always been interested in comics? Did you get into it later in life, like I did? Like, what drove you here to this very day, this very moment?
So, blame Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve, for starting this whole thing off. Flash Gordon, the movie, the Sam J. Jones movie. I blame that to being part of it, and the movie Condor Man that Walt Disney put out. Those three movies I watched
Yeah.
at a very young age, and all three of them are I find to be very important to the beginning of this whole thing. I started reading comics when I was 8. My
Mm,
friend Carlos hooked me up. We went to the Snip and Go on our bikes and picked up comics, and it was amazing. And I read comics. It was like for years until I was like 16, and then Image started, and then it changed my whole perception of what comics could be.
Same.
I can make my own books. I don't have to draw for Marvel or DC. Not that that's not great. If that's your life ambition,
Go
do
for
it.
it. Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you. But I can make my own thing and make a comic book out of it. And I started watching people doing it, and there was a studio. I grew up outside of Houston in Clear Lake, and and that's right across the street from NASA. And so,
Wow.
so there was I mean, like literally, I go get on the bus to school and we drive past the Saturn V rocket on its side every morning. It was a cool thing.
That's
Uh,
cool.
it's pretty cool. And but there was a comic store in hell
It
yeah,
was
man,
great
it was
meeting you in
awesome getting to
Baltimore,
meet George.
George.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great meeting
Me,
you,
I'm
George.
next. Yes. Come to
Oh yeah.
Texas. We will assimilate you.
So we had okay, so anyway, there was a comic shop in the neighborhood right across the street from NASA, and they had a studio in the back. And so I would hang out around there. I was like 16, 17 years old, just hanging out, doing erasures and filling blacks on inked pages and things like that, and just learning, just sponging it up. And they had offered me my own book, and it was called Soulbender. I was going to get to come up with my own thing, and the studio fell apart. And I was,
Mm.
I was in college when that happened, so I put my comics away, and I was a creative. I ended up going to college for graphic design. I ended up actually graduating with a degree in English, with creative writing as my
Yes.
yeah. So that was cool. I mean, I enjoyed that, but I worked as a graphic designer for the last 20 some years, and I do. So I'm a creative director for an advertising and marketing group today. That's what I do for the day job. But I did my first comic when I was 30. I finally did my very first comic book when I was 30 years old. So, and it's called Latex Avenger. And he had a sidekick, spermicidal foam lad. And together they repelled crime 99.9% of the time. That's what it was. That's what I do. So it was here. I've got a visual aid.
Oh no, do I
I
want to
just
see
got
this?
this. This is a long story why I have this down here, but I just got it recently. So I'll try and hold this up.
Look at this.
So this is Latex Avenger, The Wrath of Khan. That was the name of the issue. And you can see Latex Avenger in the purple and the yellow. Spermicidal foam leads down at the bottom reading comic books. And then you've got other characters in there like Manibus, the kaiju pop monster, and the two-puff marshmallow man, and Mike Curio, and all sorts of different characters. The Sexy Nurse America. So anyway, you get the vibe that I was going for with that. It was superhero satire on steroids, Family Guy style turned up to 11 type of thing.
Oh my
And
Lord.
so I did that. I did about 7 issues of that. And there was a guy, his name was Bon Adami. Bon was an amazing, very talented person. He was the one who drew that cover. That was a wraparound cover for the issue Wrath of Khan, which all took place at a comic book convention, by the way. So anyway, Bon came on as the artist a few issues in. Then we created a thing together called Masters of the Obvious. And it was a sci-fi space parody for Hound Comics. We had characters like Dr. Biclops, he had 2 eyes, and the Visible Woman, you can't miss her. And LeBron, the snapping turtle, don't make him snap. You wouldn't like him when he snaps. And which really, he would be this little water turtle, and he turned into this gigantic, hulking, very white sounding, just what's my language limit on here? Can I cuss?
Go for it.
Yeah, big ass motherfucker. Anyway, so it's just amazing, and they fought like Darth Redenbacher and what was it? The My Little Jabronis, who were in a turf war with the Puggalos. And this is
oh my
this
Lord.
is the world I existed in for a while. After that, I did the thing for the Stan Lee Foundation. They found me.
Wait,
Bon and
hold on. I just want to point out to people how different what Dan is talking about is to what he's currently working on. When you read Bigfoot Knows Karate, it's way different than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. Okay, keep going because I'm formulating all these questions in my head. Continue.
Sure. So we got Masters of the Obvious got us noticed by the Stan Lee Foundation. So Bon and I created a thing called Excelsior, the uphill adventures of a boy named Stanley. And it was all about Stan Lee as a little kid, but he was Stanley, not
Right.
Stan Lee, Stanley.
Stanley, right.
And he had to deal with all the neighborhood bully. And but he had like Sue and Richard with him. Sue and Richard, I think it was Sue and Richard. I can't remember what his name was. And they had like Parker Peterson that they hooked up to this giant device that they were trying to defeat Galakowitz and his sidekick. What was his sidekick's name? It was the Silver Surfer. What's the what do they call the his Silver Surfer to Galactus? What Harold? That was the name of the sidekick. His name was Harold. Okay, again, he was like he wore a silver T-shirt, had a skateboard with him, and his name was Harold. So and Galakowitz wore the purple T-shirt, and he was Galactus. So anyway, it was just like little kid stuff. U7 project. Never done anything like that before. Probably won't do anything like that again. But I wanted the opportunity to get to work with the Stan Lee Foundation. That was really cool. B, it was a creator-owned thing, so we actually do own the IP to it. But to work under those conditions with heavy editing and lawyers involved, making sure we're not towing the line too hard and things like that.
Yeah.
Come on, give me that opportunity. I never had that before, so it was a good experience. Bon and I kind of split ways after a while. He went through some things and unfortunately is no longer with us. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. He's been gone 6 years and it was a real shame. I took some time off. There was a lot of reasons behind it, but Bon really messed me up there for a minute. I'll just put it like that. And but I came back to comics. Well, I got on Instagram. I mean, you asked me this question. I'm really giving you the long version, but
it's a long show. Take your time. I'm enjoying all of it because you know what I mean. Like one, my throat is sore, so I'm just like I just want to hear what you have to say and not talk. And two, I'm really interested. You know what I mean? It's the worst when you're like, so how did you get started in comics? Or like, I read comics when I was 8 and I decided I wanted to do it. And you're like,
yeah, no,
and?
there was reasons, so, so it was, so I took I got on Instagram back in like 2017, somewhere around there, 2016. And I taught myself how I had stopped drawing for a lot of years. When Bond came into the picture, I stopped drawing. I was just writing. And I taught myself how to draw digitally. I've been working as a graphic designer for years. It was time to take what I knew as a graphic designer and put that into what I do as a comic book artist. Ditch the paper and pen. I draw on Adobe Illustrator, which is kind of odd for a lot of folks, but I enjoy it. That's just the software I know. And I draw with my fingertip, actually. I don't use a stylus. So it's just what's comfortable. But
I only laughed because I had an artist that did that. He was actually drawing comics with his finger on his phone. And no one had a clue until he told us. We were like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. Yeah. No. So I draw with my fingertip and a mouse. And, but yeah, I taught myself how to draw digitally and I had the Bigfoot Knows Karate character since 2014. And originally it was going to be comedy. I mean, it makes sense, right? Bigfoot Knows Karate. That lends itself to being a comedy really easy. And the story was just terrible. It just wasn't good. It wasn't funny, and I wasn't in the place to do it. I couldn't get the rendering to look right, like the drawings to look the way I wanted them to look. It was trying to be cartoony, and I guess my body knew before I did that I had left comedy. You know what I mean? Like it was time to do something different. And during lockdown and during the pandemic, my wife said to me, "Why don't you do a comic again?" I said, "Okay." I'd already been tooling around with the Bigfoot character since 2017, 2018, just drawing them on Instagram and doing like poses and stuff like that, and just kind of getting ideas together. Well, Casey came in. Oh, that's the cover of the first issue. There you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to show people what you're referring to, but
Sure.
we'll go into it some more. But I just wanted to see no,
you're great.
The audience.
Yeah. So Casey, I met Casey over the Comic Jam Okay, and the Comic Jam is an online comics workshop. Artists and writers get randomly paired together, and a theme has been voted on. The writers have to write a comic based on that theme, 1-page comic, no more than 6 panels. Okay, and that is randomly given to to an artist, and they have like 1 month to do that 1 page, because everybody can do a page in a month. I don't care how much you put into it. That's how Casey and I met. Casey runs the Jam. I had found it on Instagram or something like that, and came on and started doing some pages with them, getting comfortable again, just getting comfortable doing it all over again. And this is like 2018, around this time. And so I started doing some things with him, with Casey, with the Jam, and I meet Casey through that. And we did this thing. It was a tribute to Steve Ditko, right when Steve Ditko passed away. And he wrote the best script. He just wrote the best script. I don't know how else to put it. It was mind blowing. And so when it came time to do Bigfoot, Casey was like, "What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? You need to come up with something for this, because it's a cool concept." I said, "I know. I'm working on it. I promise you." So I drop a Bible on him, and I go, because he said to me, "I'll edit." I said, "Okay, well, take a look at this." Boom, and just dropped all the stuff on him to get me through 5 issues of what the book was going to be. And he was like, "Okay, this is some really cool shit. We need to come up with a big bad for you." And Casey's the one who came up with Kung Fu Thulu. Okay.
Really?
As soon as he came up with the name, I had the visuals put down the next day. It was absolutely hilarious. But the comedy kind of stops there. There he is. Here's the big boy. The comedy of the comic, I mean, it's a couple of funny characters, but it's not a very funny book. I mean, if you think about it, it's
not.
It's got a few bits. There's a dick joke in there that'll knock your socks off, but that Cthulhu drops on Bigfoot. But the thing about it is that I wanted to do something huge, something cinematic, something that you would not expect in this type of story. When Casey came on, we started talking, and just more and more and more. And finally, I was like, "Listen, you're have a vast, he has a more a more well-rounded writer than I am, in terms of I've been writing Dick and Fart comics for years. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I've been doing. I wanted to do something huge in scope, had this art figured out, where we were going and what's happening and that kind of thing. But so when Casey came in, is when we really, as a co-writer, when we were really starting to kind of break it apart and get it together, and coming up with different ideas, and just really rapping with each other, just chopping it up every single different way. Casey lives in Alabama. I live in Austin, Texas. We talk on the phone probably 4 days a week. While he's walking his dogs in the woods, we sit there and hash out, what the story's going to be. And as he's walking the dog, I hear he's like, "Don't eat that." I mean, yeah. Dog's trying to eat deer shit again.
Stop it.
So,
always. They always do. Like, why?
Anytime they get an opportunity.
Right.
So, I mean, that's me in a nutshell, I guess. I mean, that kind of gets you. We did Bigfoot 1, we did Bigfoot 2, Born Under a Bad Sign. Now we've got Pentagon, Bigfoot Knows Karate Pentagon right now, which is like a prequel-y type book, the one-shot black and white comic, and that takes place in feudal Japan. So if you've not been reading the main story arc, and you want to kind of jump in and get a cool, Bigfoot doing martial arts against a monster of the week with a really twisty ending, it's a good one-shot to jump into. That's for sure.
And I'm going to show people the difference between the two, and they're both really cool. But I wanted to hit the comments real quick. My wife is a teacher who uses comics in the classroom, and it helps young readers read better and open your mind to creativity. My daughter last year was in 3rd grade, and that's all they did was draw comics. And she would draw a comic of this Pizza Head character, and he was fighting evil hot dog. I don't know. That's how they get started, right? I mean, look at freaking what is it, Dog Man? It's like man with the head of a dog.
What was it? Hatchet Cop, or what was it? Stop.
Spoonhead. I don't know. There's so many. Howdy, partners. How you doing, Dan? You figure out that quote from last night? You had Simple Man trying to make my way in the universe. Oh, Ryan.
That was, yes, I had it on the tip of my tongue last night when we were in the
That's
interview.
the worst.
What was it? Just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe. I had it last night, and now you had to ask me, Ryan. Now I'll get back to you on that.
He put you on the spot, so that's the
Second, it's
worst.
Jango Fett from episode Attack of the Clones. It was, wasn't it? I think it was anyway.
Dan's theme song is "You're the Best Around" from Karate Kid. You're the best around. No one's ever gonna bring you down. I love that song. Quentin says, I can't get it to stop moving. There we go. Quentin says, Laurie. Just kidding. Sup, Laurie. Because that's how we talk to Rich. So it's funny. Brian says, this is awesome. Ryan says, Bigfoot knows karate. I didn't see that coming. Really? Weren't you on his show last night? Should have seen it coming.
Yeah. Must have been a boring guest or something. Sorry, Ryan.
Just kidding. Morning, Don. As always, we love having you here. Ryan, get ready to saddle up. Yeah, I'm going back on Ryan's show. I was on Ryan's show for Ashoka's weekly mission, and we're going back to talk about some Western. That was a great show. We had a fun time. He liked to bust my chops on his show. It was fun. But this, okay, so people, this is the first issue of Bigfoot Knows Karate. Now again, it's like from this, it looks pretty serious, and you're like, I've been writing comedy, I've been writing. So that was my question, and you answered it as you were telling us your story. Is why switch? Like, this is such a big shift from comedy. You know what I mean? It's very meditative. Like, if you look at this page, it's quiet, beautiful, but quiet. Isolation is more like meditation than you think. The achievement of mindfulness isn't difficult when you lack distraction. Without distraction, your mind can focus to a razor thin edge on the smallest of details. That is beautiful. And the bunny just carries through the entire story. Even to the last page, there's this bunny, and it's beautiful. It's, and you see your main character there, but again, you get closer and you find out this fighter is actually the most famous cryptid in the world, Bigfoot. Why Bigfoot?
Why Bigfoot?
Why Bigfoot? I know he's a cryptid because this could have been easily a human, a samurai, a fighter. You know what I mean? It could have been anything, but Bigfoot is really specific. Why?
I love weird things.
Yeah.
I love things that don't belong together. I love Reese's peanut butter cups, though. I mean, chocolate and peanut butter smush them together, and you get a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Bigfoot and karate. That's how I feel about a lot of the comics that I've created. Is that it is the weirder the better, the further off the rails, and the further off the rails you start, the less you need to worry about staying on the rails.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I mean, what you're looking at, these first 8 pages were really my proof of concept. What I showed Casey, I was just like, this is what I'm thinking. These first 8 pages, I gave those to him when I was kind of figuring it out. Because I couldn't explain to him what it was going to look like. You know what I mean? I can only, and the vibe. I mean, the vibe was so important because you can do so much. So why Bigfoot? I mean, like, think about it. You just said he's the most famous cryptid. Okay.
Right.
Nobody's ever seen him. Okay. Nobody really knows anything about him. And so I mean, you can't see him. So he's the greatest hide and seek champion of all time, people say.
Him and Emperor Palpatine. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? And this, so if you can't see him, here's what my attitude with that was: let's just make him phase in and out. Like that he has that ability to just kind of zoom in and out of a situation. And Casey took it one step further, and we took it to a whole nother dimension that he's going to. If you keep scrolling a few pages on, you end up in this hellscape. And he meditates. That's where I finished off, and this is where Casey comes in. We start going through this hellscape called the Unreal. And where does Bigfoot go when you cannot see him? That was one of the questions we wanted to ask the reader, to get the reader to ask. and one of the things I did learn when I was doing my Bigfoot research was that astral projection is, yeah,
I
that's
only have
real.
to laugh
Uh,
because anytime research comes up with writers, we always have to chuckle about what we've researched. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
I'm sure we're all on the same watch list with the FBI or something.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They're like, add
Yeah.
Dan Price
I
and
mean,
Laurie Calcaterra to the list.
yeah, they're probably, I get a lot of people who ask me, so how long have you believed in Bigfoot? Uh, and you know, I don't, I don't.
Right. Just
What I
because he's in
have
your
done is
story.
right. But the thing about it is that when you've got a character that has lived as long as we project Bigfoot has lived, you know, why shouldn't he know martial arts? And
Right.
why shouldn't he be able to do? But we'll get into all that as the pages go, as the story
Well,
goes forward.
and it makes sense that he would be like you show him like a protector of the forest, fighting for, those who can't protect themselves situation where, the hunters come in, they're hunting a rabbit. Why would they?
Hmm.
There's nothing that they would need to hunt a rabbit for with that kind of a gun, right? So
Right.
obviously it's just to kill it and nothing else. They're not going to eat it. Um, so that would make sense that he would show up and be like, get out of my forest kind of
Exactly.
situation. Um, and then we find out there's so much more to who this
Hmm.
character is and what he's doing. But yeah, look at his pose. It's beautiful. Kick some
I
butt, take
had
some names.
I had so much fun drawing this issue. I had fun drawing them all, but the first
Yeah.
two, Adam's got the duties for this one. And and it's interesting because we somebody in the chat said to me about, oh, well, thank you, Ryan. Um the
Oh,
somebody
Pops just
there's
called you
somebody in the
out,
chat.
Ryan. Sorry, go ahead,
Nice.
Dan.
No, no, no. There's somebody in the chat who said Bigfoot knows kung fu, and I'm assuming because you're saying that because of the gi, and that's absolutely right on the money. And it's one of those things that we get to explore through the series is the vastness of the amount. It's not how did Bigfoot learn karate? It's why, how. It's not the how. It's like there's so much more to the character that we're going to get to explore in the martial arts
Right.
realm of the whole thing and I mean, just so much we're going to be able to do. When you have a character that, like I said, that we feel has lived this long, we're gonna get to do a lot of really great things with them. The main story arc takes place in the modern time, but if
Yeah.
you in our second issue, there's a page that kind of where somebody goes kind of into his mind to see what's going on, and you just get this one shot that just shows so much history for the character. And now we get to actually go into some of that and put him in feudal Japan and have him, in his first kind of outing outside of the main story arc. And but this story arc, the main story arc, I mean, this is the one that I've just been really, really, really enjoying working on. Because you get crazy characters. You do get Kung Fu Thulu. You do
Yeah.
get Chupacabra with a shotgun in issue two. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't go
who?
wrong with the Chupacabra. Yeah, Chupacabra with a shotgun. The
So are you bringing in
there's
other cryptids that to fight
oh
the
yeah, oh yeah, there's so many cryptids. There is another character. Yeah, I don't have the book in front of me. I don't think, but there's another
funny.
character, a thermonucleodon, that shows up. Asterion the Minotaur is in this issue. So there's so many different creatures that you get, as the book goes forward, that we get to really get to
Yeah.
play with. And
I don't wanna
yeah,
spoil the end of this one. I'm not gonna go any farther, but I just wanted to show people this Kung Fu Chulu is so cool.
Cthulhu, man. And he's a cool
Oh.
character because he's based on Max Cady from Cape Fear, the De Niro version of the character,
Oh,
and
really?
Macho Man Randy Savage. We kind of mix those two up to get Cthulhu the way we
That's gonna
wanted
be
him.
fun. He has a lisp.
Yeah, he does. He's a sea creature. He's got to have a little,
Uh,
little something. It was
alright, I'm
funny.
gonna
Okay, here's a good story about that. So Casey really wanted to do an affectation to his voice. Okay, but
Yeah.
he wrote it out to me, and we're just texting over DM or whatever on Instagram, and he sends me. He goes, "Yeah, I wanted to sound like he's got this, like, and that, like he's having a hard time breathing." And as he wrote it out, and I said, "What is hurt?" I called him up. I'm like, "What's hurt?" And he goes, "That's the noise." He's like just trying to breathe, but it came out in the writing that it was like, "Hey, we're not hurting anything. That's just not even. I'm just hurting me around, dude. We're
Oh.
not doing that." No skinwalkers yet, but Mothman, he's in. So the Mothman, it shows up in issue 2 and is a very important character to the story. So something to look forward to there.
Oh, Mothman's great. Skinwalkers are
Mothman's great.
scary.
Haven't gotten that route yet, but we also did. We actually touched on the Chilean cryptid, the Alicante, in book 2 as
Oh,
well. We got so there. That's another one that we touched on. So there's a lot of creatures that are going to be showing in and
that's cool.
through this storyline. Yeah, we got a Mizuchi and a Hinagon, which is a Japanese water dragon, and so
I was gonna ask if she was a water dragon. Well, it makes sense, but I was like, it could also be like Loch Ness monster, kind of throw out to that
mhm.
too, because that's another big cryptid. But here is the
Oh yeah,
campaign. Here is the art style of this one, and we had talked
yeah.
about how it's different. And who is the artist on this one?
This is an artist by the name of Adam Caswell. And can I
Mm-hmm.
tell you a story about Adam real quick?
Please
Because,
do.
yeah, Adam came to us via a piece of fan art. He actually, it's hanging right there on my wall. But we took that piece of fan art and we made
Hold
it
on.
into the deluxe edition of our issue number 1, Hidden
Wow.
Artist Way. There we go.
Holy
And
moly.
this We've been really lucky. We received over 150 plus pieces of fan art from Bigfoot Knows Karate, and
Wow.
but this piece was just a mind bending. Put you on your knees. It's that good. It's so beautiful, and it's
Yeah.
Cthulhu and Bigfoot. And Adam came to so he when he sent me the artwork, I said to him, you gotta let me pay you for that because I'm putting it on the cover. Because I mean, you got to pay somebody for that kind of thing. It's
Yes.
too good. And then he came around and did the deluxe edition wraparound cover from book 2. I'll show you this real quick too.
Quinn says,
And
"God damn."
exactly, Quentin,
There we go.
exactly. So this is
Wow.
the wraparound cover from book 2, and it's just beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
look at that sword, or look at that
The
axe.
axe,
Then
the
here, hold on.
detail.
And if you can see the details in his gi,
There's spit
get out
coming
of
out
here.
of his
That's
mouth. The
it's
chains,
beautiful.
the chains. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
beautiful. So love this, and so it was like a natural fit that he could come in and do this backup story.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Exactly, Ryan. Facts. And
That-
so he did this backup story for but he do this interiors on this side story that we're doing, this prequel book. And he's been killing it. He's been killing it. This is his very first interior work he's ever done.
Really?
Hmm.
Really? Wow.
Really.
That's
Yep.
impressive. I would think that
Very.
he's been in the business for a long time when you look at these panels and how everything is so expertly crafted. And we were talking about this before the show where he's working traditionally. And you can
Mhm.
see that. You can see the cross hatching. You can see the ink wash. You just can't get that digitally, or you got to work really hard to
It's
get it
really
digitally.
hard.
Yeah, to have it look like this.
Yeah. He's done an
Wow.
incredible job. And because we're printing it in black and white, I had to turn the pages to a true black. So the actual pages, there's a lot more gray tones going through it,
Yeah.
but we are printing black and white, so I had to augment the art a little bit. One
Right.
day though, when we do our Bigfoot Knows Karate omnibus, we can throw all those gray tone pages in there so people can see them.
Cool.
You know, but yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, and I mean, just the amount of energy in them. Even
Yes.
it's just beautiful to me.
Well, it's even like the panels are part of the store. It's not
Mhm.
just square. It's like it's organic and the slashing movement is the panel, and it's like the kicking and the motion is what separates the panels from each other. And it's just amazing. It's very intuitive. And then look at this. People, look at this. Look at it.
Take it all in.
That didn't make it any bigger. That was lame. I was like, blow it up. No, I guess not. That was anticlimactic. This is amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and the hits just keep on coming. He just delivers. He just delivers. And I just love what he's doing. I just love what he's doing. If you could blow up that third panel, which you can't, but if you could, there's people, there's a fight going on in the windows. He's got some dude training inside the window. It's pretty
Oh,
crazy.
cool.
But I love that just the trail of water going in through the sea. It's just gorgeous.
It really is.
Yeah. And Casey is just, I can't say enough great things about Casey Allen. All right. I got to really step back in this book, and Casey took the lead on this story and, really devised an amazing story. I mean, look, I did a plot approval, he,
Right.
he went and wrote it. I helped him out with the ending. That was really my big contribution to this book was the ending. And I know during lettering time, I'll be working on the dialogue with him. You know what I mean? But it's like, this is Casey's. And I'm so proud of him for it because he's such a damn good writer. And to be able to give him the spotlight to, and the leeway to do what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah, so here we can see the difference. But it's like I love that it's like it's a one shot, it's a different time period. So here we are in modern time with color and with modern-ish, way of looking at things, especially the hunters and their weapons. But then it's like going back in time to the feudal Japan and to put him in the period dress and to let him move around in that space in a completely it makes perfect sense for it to be like an ink wash, like a calligraphy, ink drawing. It makes perfect sense. So I applaud this. This is just perfect. It fits.
Yeah, I think he's doing a bang up job. I think both the guys should be very proud of themselves for putting out a quality project. Really.
Give us like a synopsis of the plot for this one.
So the synopsis would be that Bigfoot has there's a village and that's in distress, and he is going there. He is going there to take out the Mizuchi, the water dragon,
The big
for
dragon.
what means we don't quite know. And so that's basically the setup. That's all I'm going to give you on that one because it does have
That's
a twitchy
fine.
little
No
ending.
spoilers.
Yeah, no, but it's very much if you're into action adventure stories, you want to see a good, good slugfest, this is a good book for you because it does have that. I mean, it does have that monster of the week aspect to it, which is fun, but I'm a big believer in let's give them a little bit more, and so but it's just a really cool one shot to just kind of dip your toes in the water, no pun intended, with the Mizuchi, but dip your toes in the water and and see how you dig. I'm froze. See how you dig the comic, and if you like what you see, there's a catch up. There's a catch up for chapters 1 and 2 in the campaign as well. So, and if you're looking, we liken the Bigfoot Knows Karate to Godzilla versus Kong meets Kill Bill with a twist. That's what we always say about the comic. Okay?
That's awesome.
And yeah, and these are some pages from issue 2. I didn't put anything too crazy.
Does his bunny have a name?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell
us?
That's all
I'm going to say. No.
I was like, I'm really interested about this bunny because it keeps showing up and it follows him everywhere he goes. So there's got to be something with that bunny.
Great. That bunny's great. That bunny, in my first draft, that bunny was going to die in the first 3 pages. And that was in my first draft of the book. And I was like, wait, I'm going to keep the bunny. I think that bunny's going to be cool. We're going to keep him around. He's going to show a different side of Bigfoot. And then once I started really writing on it, I was like, whoa, this bunny's going to be great. So we're going to keep him around for a while. He's good.
That's awesome. So let's go shopping, people. Let's take a look at some of the rewards. So $4 gets you digital of this one, which is great. That's pretty cheap. Bigfoot Knows Karate, $8 gets you the A cover, the regular cover. Regular cover PDF and name on the thank you page. That's pretty standard. And that's pretty inexpensive for indie.
Yep. Yeah, we are
$12.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, we're just, look, in this economy, let's, it's hard to look, it's expensive to print any comics. We all know that. Our backers who back us know that. And we're grateful to every single one of you for staying with us, especially in these tough times right now. We're doing a black and white book. We had the room to move price point down a little bit for the black and white, so we might as well do that. And as a thank you to everyone who has backed us in the past and is backing us now, just make it a little easier. That's the mentality behind it.
That's super cool. It is rough out there right now. A lot of people are feeling in their pocketbook. Bigfoot Knows Karate digital catch up. We have chapter 1, 2, and Hinnagon all available for $12. That's cheap. Again, I'm gonna stop saying that. It's not cheap. It's just very well priced. You know what I mean? It's priced to move. That's great. So people can read everything. I love catch-up tiers personally. I think I get jealous of people who like get in on issue 3 and issue 4, like where we're wrapping up like an arc, where it's like you can read the whole thing in one sit down. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
I'm grateful those who go with me from book to book, though.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming along. Right.
Yes,
we need you so we can continue. But I'm still jealous of someone that gets to sit down and like read it all. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good place for you to be at. $15 gets you the Blur Deluxe. This is cool.
Yeah, the deluxe cover. So just a little bit about what the deluxe the deluxe and the deluxe foil. So I mentioned earlier, we've received like 150 plus pieces of fan art. And so what we do is we put in here, it's one here. We put in two things. The first one is a director's commentary video link. Okay, you click that QR code, and it takes you to our director's commentary video, where we go into the book in detail. There you go. Where we go into the comic book in detail, so people can. It's myself, it's Casey on this issue. We had Kat, the High Heel Gamer. She hosted for us, and we had a couple other creators. We just talked about the book at length, and that's what we do in our director's commentaries. And then the other thing that we do in there is because we've received such amazing artwork from people, we do the fan art gallery in the back, and just take some really great shots of the character and put it in the back there. I mean, it's gorgeous stuff.
Wow.
Gorgeous stuff. So so this issue we did we did a Draw This in Your Style contest for Hinnagon, all black and white submissions. And if you and then so it was going to be 5, but we extended it to 10 winners. They all got their stuff inside the comic, their artwork inside the comic for this upcoming issue. So, and Andy Bloor has been with us to work through like the back and stuff like that for both issues. So it was a natural to get Andy out of England. He's an amazing British artist. We get him to come out and do a cover for us for the deluxe.
Cool.
It's a gorgeous cover.
That'd be awesome.
So that's the difference between the regular standard book and the deluxe. You get some extras in there.
Yeah. And of course, when if they run a little more, we got to put more pages in it. It costs a little more to print it, and it's in color. But that looks amazing. Did you say foil? Did I hear you say foil?
There's one coming a little further down.
Okay. Hold on. We'll get there. So sketch cover set, you're putting 2? That's
2 blanks. Right, 2. Yeah, $15. Why not? Because oftentimes I'll get people. We got a great price point on them, so it's like, we'll do 2 blanks, and for $15. Yeah, figured try something different. I've never done a blank cover before, so
me neither. I had people ask me for that too, because everybody wants to draw Big James or Undead Bear.
Right.
So I was like, all right, sketch cover then.
Sketch cover it is. Give it a shot. I mean, they're a good price point. We might as well. And I know if you're anything like me, when you ink, when you ink on standard and not digital, I screw up like a lot. So having a second cover would be really nice. Like, man,
I'm not like you, sir, because I do not ink. I leave that to Marco DeFillo. That's his job.
There you go.
Right? I was like, I do not do that. I do not mess with that. If you want that, you got to talk to somebody else. Have Dan do your Big James. There you go.
There you go.
This one, Early Bird. Is the Early Bird still up or did that end already?
Yeah, early birds. I need to take those off actually. Yeah, no, I'll take the early birds off. But those wrapped up a couple of days ago.
Skip.
And then the foil cover right there. That is
wow.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful piece of work. And it's gonna have a gold foil logo on there, so it'll be really nice. I'm really pleased with how that piece came out.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I got to say about that. Who is he fighting? What is that?
He's on a horse.
Oh, he's on a horse. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it took me a second. I was like, I thought there was something bloody. My brain couldn't make sense of it. But don't. It's just I'm on cold medicine. My brain.
Hey, me too. Anyway.
Right, you too. Okay. Dayquil, people. Dayquil. Ooh, physical. I love the ketchup tier. I call mine ketchup like ketchup bottle.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I know. Gotta have a ketchup tier in there. So we did that, and then you can get all the Pentagon covers for 50, which is the all three, the two deluxes and the regular. And yeah, so there's some good tiers in here. Get the early bird. We're past that now. I'll take those out.
Pentagon cover.
Yeah, so it's just 3 different Pentagon covers.
Yeah, I was going to say, but this is not an early bird. That one. Okay. But all books signed by Dan Price. So
yeah, I will sign all of those. Yep.
2 mini prints. What are the prints of?
Oh, well, I'll show you some of what we've done in the past. Here, hold on.
Yeah.
Because
too soon, Laurie. Too soon.
Well, we've done. I've got here. Let me just grab a couple. Yeah, so like these are a couple that we did. That was one we did from book 1.
Cool.
This is one that we did from.
Ooh, Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
it's like Samurai Jack meets Sin City. That's cool.
Exactly. Here's one that we did. I have a biggie of this one, but this is we did that in book 3, and that was actually the So yeah, we do different mini prints just as a thank you. Like on this last book, because we ran a little bit behind on book 2. I ended up making sure that every single backer got 3 mini prints in the back of the comic, as well as all their other stretch goals and stuff. Just as
cool.
Thank you, and thank you for your patience. Because we don't like to be a little bit late. So, yeah. So then and then hold on. Your house is on fire.
I'm not sure if this is what is going on. I think we need to block this person. How do we do this? Pops. Pops.
Like in my house sniffing.
They're saying that my house is on fire.
I hope your house isn't on fire either.
Yeah, we're gonna ban this person. I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna take them out. Ban all of these. This sucks, man. Why would people do this? Get out of here. Who is that? That's a great question. I don't know, but it's probably a bot.
This is why Roku, people.
Yeah. This is why Roku. Exactly this. Why people can't show up and just.
So that we can have a nice uninterrupted stream without disrupting it.
Like, why would they're all like different names? It's Ichini, Producer X, Cold Max.
Can you imagine working that hard to build a whole bunch of bots just to get banned immediately? They put in a lot of work for that little 30 seconds of fun. Clown.
My house is not on fire, by the way. Perfectly fine. Thank you.
Good.
Like, I think I would know. We have smoke alarms. So if we were on fire, you would have known by now. Back to Bigfoot Knows Karate. That was fun.
Sure.
Put the podcast on fire. What a jerk. Anyway, let's look. Oh, yes. Retailer packs, because we have to have those.
Yes.
$75 gets you 5. That bot was. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we get 5 of each. Is that what we're doing
you
here?
get 5 of each.
Yeah,
you get 5 of each, and then we'll throw in the Valencia foil as a little chase extra, for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're not putting that on the shelf, right? They're like, these go on the shelf, and this is for me.
It's their money, It's
right.
not,
What do you want with it? Right. Sketch cover commission, yes.
Yes, and Adam's been doing sketch covers for that, so which is going to be amazing.
Did you limit that one?
Yes, yes, I did. I think it's 8. I think we decided on 8. So we've only sold 1 so far. So there's plenty. There's plenty more for that. So get in on it. Get yourself a sketch cover. So
Lesser Known Comics.
Yeah,
Lesser Known is a brand.
Yes, yeah, it's a publisher, indie comics publisher, and with and I love being with Lesser Known Comics. They take really great care of us, and have such amazing titles as Blur and Tweed, Yuriko, Narita. It's a horror show, Either Them or Us, Tank McGregor, and it's the Tights, and so much more. Chiasm, Cannonball, is just so much stuff. And you can get the catch-up tier. You can get the 2 first issues, all the Hinagon covers, and those books I just mentioned. $165 and get you all of that. So
they're all physical, and they're physical copies.
They're all physical copies. They're all physical copies.
Comics. Holy moly!
Pretty good deal.
That is a great deal.
Yeah.
What's this?
That is the belt. Here, I got one right here. It's the belt. You can get one of these.
Wait. Oh my gosh, it is giant.
Yeah, you can. You can get one of these. Very cool. About 7 pounds of metal belts. It's a Bigfoot Knows Karate Theme Club World Championship. I got this so I could put it on my table at conventions, and the reaction to it's been very good. So we put them up on the campaign. So you can get one of 3. I think one of them's already gone. So there's 2 left. Get yourself a belt. I'll sign it. Send you a mess of comics to go with it. So.
Holy moly. Please dress up as Bigfoot and put this belt on and cosplay. Please do. Somebody. Please. So we can take your picture.
If you're willing to do that at Comic Palooza next year, that'd be awesome and amazing, and I'd love for you to do that. So,
and I'm sure Dan would super want to take a picture with you.
Oh yeah, Dan will hook you up. All right, you'll get all sorts of comics and goodies and freebies and all sorts of crap. You come dressed as Bigfoot, Bigfoot from the book.
Pop says,
want the belt? Hell yeah. It's on the tier, Pops. So
yeah.
So anyway,
of course, printed in the USA. Comics Wellspring is a great printer. I've used them before myself. They're in Michigan, where my old stomping ground is. So it's a great place. They know their stuff, and they turn out a good product. So that's great. Oh, cool.
A little bit more about Wellspring. More about Wellspring real quick, though.
Tell me.
That's customer service I've ever had from a printer. Bar none, bottom line. Pam, Melanie, both of them are just amazing. And they, when something doesn't go right, they make sure they get the right thing out to you, and and don't make you wait long for it. I mean, they really do. It's not always about just getting the order right. It's like, if you screw up, how are you going to handle it? You know what I mean?
Right.
And Wellspring,
yes.
If I've ever had a problem, they've always made it right, and that keeps me coming back. That keeps me coming back again and again, because they do such a good job. That's it. I just wanted to give him and Melanie a shout out.
That is one of the questions that everybody should consider when they're looking for a printer. It's great. Everything goes right. It's great. But what if something goes wrong? What if I'm shorted comics? What if what if stuff comes and it's upside down or printed inside out, or, you know what I mean? It's just, how will they handle it? You know what I mean? Do they just give you a discount on the next order, or do they replace it? and get it to you ASAP. There's a big difference.
And I want them to replace it. I don't want a discount on the order. I want what
Mm-hmm.
I paid for. And you know,
Right.
oh, I'll make it up to you next time. Don't make it up to me next time.
No. How am I supposed to fulfill my order? Right.
Exactly.
Quentin
They did
says,
such
and
a
the
good
winner of the
job.
Kung Fu. Winner of the Kung Fu champion is Laurie, the wild assassin.
Nice. They did such a good job for me recently. They did such a good job for me recently. They did such a good job for me recently. I actually mailed them nothing bundt cakes to their office because they were, you know, the little cake people. Yeah, I was like, they did such a good job. I had to thank them for it because they really do take good care of me. So that's it.
And then here's some more about lesser known comics.
Yep.
Founded in November 2020 by Mark Burnell. You know, a lot of us had our start right around the pandemic. That was me as well. And it's interesting to see who's all still kicking. You know what I mean? Because pandemic kicked our butts, right? It really did. Especially if people just starting and things didn't work out. That was me too, where it's like I started in 2020. We didn't publish until 2022 because everything fell apart a couple times. So
wow.
Yes, no AI.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
That's an impossibility. No. I work as a digital artist for my day job. I'm not okay with all of that. People just, you know, I mean, what more is there to say about it, really? Just no.
Yep. Risks and challenges. I love filling this out where it's like, go look at my history, right?
Yeah.
It's like we've run 2 previous successful Kickstarter campaigns, have always fulfilled the comic stretch goals, etc. As promised. We will do everything in our power to ensure you get a quality product in a timely manner. In the event of a delay for any reason, we will be in contact with their backers and keep them informed of both progress and delays. And that, I think, is the most important part. You cannot predict when there's going to be a delay. I've had 2. I had a printer issue on number 2. I had a colorist issue on number 3. Sometimes you just can't predict, right? But I keep everybody informed, and that's what they're looking for is be honest with me, when's the comic coming?
Yeah.
And as long as you're able to see it through to the end and everybody gets a quality product and throw in a couple extras, and they'll be back.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's like it's just update once a month, even if you don't have much to say. Give us a monthly update, just so we know where things are going.
Yes.
You know, I mean, just anything. You know, just to let everybody know you're alive. You know, that's important. But at the very least, you know, keep your people up to date with what's going on, and try and get your book in on time, and do this thing I promise we're going to do. Fill the order.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think that's people have been burned. They've backed Kickstarters that never come out. And it's hard for us to continue working in that when there's other people giving indie a bad name. But I always fulfill, you always fulfill, you know, like there's Tim Flings and Carissa Grants out there that always fulfill. So you just you got to find the people that are doing what they promise and stick with those products. I didn't see any stretch goals. Did I miss them?
No, I haven't put them on yet. I don't put stretch goals on until after we're funded, and you know, and I just been. It's my wife's birthday this weekend. So
gotcha.
I was
You're busy. Things are going on.
Yeah, so I got to put that up this weekend, this week, and but yeah, so I'll make those official announcements here really soon. But
you won't give us an exclusive, a sneak.
Well, I can definitely tell you this: we'll do 2 trading cards for sure, because we do 2 trading cards in every one, and the trading cards on the first 2 campaigns have been about villains in the comic. This one, I think we may change it up a little bit and make it more like art cards rather than trading cards. So still talking that out with the gang, but I think we're going to do something pretty interesting. But we'll do some sort of trading card like thing for sure, because people seem to really like them. And we'll do some stickers too. I know that'll be another stretch goal. We don't go too wild with our stretch goals in terms of like bulky. Everything fits into a Gemini mailer. We're really
right. Yeah, we don't want to ship in a different box.
No, mini prints, everything goes into, they all fit into the Gemini mailer. So we make sure, I mean, like this last campaign, they ended up with 2 trading cards, 2 stickers, 3 mini prints, a bookmark, and what else? So, and then some people got the sticker pin combo. I didn't do that this time because the pins had a hard time in the box. So I didn't want to break the pin. But I always make sure that you get a lot of good extras in one of our comics. That's kind of a rule around here that you
Yeah,
get some good stuff.
I'm with you.
I mean, I'm all trying to see if I got something around here, but I don't have. Let's see. No, I don't have.
We didn't play
I'll
your
find it.
video. I would love to play your
Let's play
video
the
before
video.
we
Yeah, let's do it.
move on here. Woo! I got some goosebumps. That music was
All right.
powerful.
Yeah, Brian did a great job with that. Brian was a video editor I met in Brooklyn at Brooklyn Comic Con this June, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Have you ever done a Kickstarter?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm about to do my first Kickstarter for a movie," and so we got to talking and just exchanged ideas and that sort of thing, and kept in communication. He's like, "I'd to do your video," and so we worked together on that. And it's just great who you meet. It's just great who you
Yes.
meet. And it doesn't have to be just people specifically for comics. I love indie creators. I've recently made a friendship with a rapper here in Austin. He's like in his mid
What?
20s, and he wants to do a Bigfoot knows karate track. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So it's like you never know who you're going to bump into. He and I met at a gas station of all places, and we talk on the phone. We bullshit about each other's projects, and what I'm saying. It's just really
Yes.
cool how it all works.
And I think that's part of it too. It's like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I went to a con and I didn't sell books." I'm like, "Did you go and meet people then?" Because if you're
Yeah,
not, selling books, go meet the community, go meet the other people that are there with you. Because a lot of times opportunities will come up because of who you meet. So
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
just want to say now is the time to That's right, people. If you hadn't had a chance to go back, Bigfoot Knows Karate, please go take a look. Support some indie. This is a beautiful, beautiful comic. It's definitely a passion project. Just watch the video. Watch it again. I got goosebumps watching this video. It just shows how beautiful and powerful that this is it is, you know what I mean? It's gonna be when you get it in your hands. And you can read it physically or digitally, whatever way works best for you. I really feel like this is going to knock your socks off. Amazing. And bravo to you and your team who are putting this together. 24 days
Incredible.
left to go. When did you launch I think you launched right after I did. The 20th?
Yeah, the 20th. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So still plenty of time and kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah.
So plenty of time to just blow this out of the water. Amazing project we love. I haven't been able to
Yeah. We
get
got that
project.
yesterday.
That's awesome. I haven't been able to get it since the first time. My first project at Project We Love, and then after that, I think
Yeah.
they don't want to talk to me no more.
I was wondering that a couple of days ago because I got it on my first one. I didn't get on my second one, and now I was like, man, I guess we're not going to get projects we love. And then like a little later in the day, I checked my email. I was like, oh, okay.
Right?
I should whine out loud a little bit more often. Apparently, Squeaky Wheel got the grease on that one. I don't know. So
Maybe I'll send him an email like, "Hey,
send him an email.
have you seen
Exactly.
what we're doing?" I don't know. Does it count if you have to ask for Project We Love? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know, but you know what? I'm just grateful for it. For sure. Just grateful
Yeah.
for it. But yeah, it's a crapshoot whether you get it or not. I think. I really do.
Yes. No, and I always play this one because I think it's hilarious, but this is kind of where you and I both are at the moment.
Hold on, hold on. I think I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? Ah! 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 Nose and lips! Okay, ow. Ah! No, can I... Ow, ow, ow. Ow! Wait! Ow! 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 Please, Mr. Oh!
Oh my God, I'm dying over here. I'm dying over here. What was the when they got hit with the cancellation, or what was the one that hit him in the lips and nose only? What was that?
Scammer.
Scammer.
Scammer fly nose and lips.
Never dealt with anybody from Fiverr, but I felt the pain
Cancellation.
for him. Yeah. Oh, that's good shit.
Oh, it makes me laugh, but that's what it feels like. And it's like at the very end, it's like, do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna go put ourselves through this all over again. What are we, crazy? Yes. Yes. Yes, we are.
I always compare again, either like that or like having children. It's like, you are male, so maybe you don't. It's like, but as a woman, it's like, oh man, this is so painful and it hurts, but we're gonna do it again, right? It's like it takes a few months for you to forget how terrible it was, and then when it's like you go through it again, it's still terrible, but something great comes out of it at the end. So it's like you're always happy to do it again, but go through all the pain and emotional damage to get there.
I'm a stepdad, so I missed the first 8 years on some things. So
that's the hard part, man. The first like 2 years is like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
let's do it again. Like, really?
Yeah.
So I have to ask about martial arts because, of course, everybody who follows Path of the Pill Rider knows that I have practiced martial arts for, I don't know, 25, 6, I forget how many years at this point. Did you also practice? Did you practice karate?
No, I did judo. I did
You
judo
did
for
judo.
a lot of years.
Okay.
Yeah, I did judo for a lot of years. But I mean, it's been a long time since I've practiced judo and I've done anything like that. So I have a really nice group of people who are involved in martial arts who will answer my questions for me.
Yes.
There's a gentleman I met up in Brooklyn who sent me an email. He's like, if you ever need, uh, he teaches taekwondo and a few other things. And he said, if you ever have any questions, about martial arts or anything like that, please let me know. So I've been in contact with him a couple of times. So I have a team, of
Yes.
really nice people who are willing to answer any and all questions for me, which is nice.
Because that was leading into my next question. When you have a main character that's doing a specific martial art, how do you communicate to your artist what they're doing? Are you staying true to karate or kung fu, or is there a certain style you pull from, or does Bigfoot just do multiple styles depending on what fits the situation? Yes, that one.
Yeah, you got me on the ladder there. So what we will be unfolding more and more of that. This story is like an onion. Okay, we're peeling back layers every issue. I'm a big fan of the TV show Lost. Not really the ending of it so much, but the way they wrote it. Okay, those first few seasons were such grabbers. I love how they trickled out information to people, and asked a lot of questions, kept you coming back. That style of writing is very intriguing to me, and that's something that we do in Bigfoot Knows Karate. So I was on a podcast here recently, and the guy just kept saying to me, "But so how does he know karate?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not getting into that with you right now. I mean, that's not what we're doing here. And he kept coming back to it, and I think that this is not the typical kind of story that I've written in the past. It's very much, we're dropping hints, we're putting things in there, but you gotta roll with us for a while. We'll make it worth your while, but uh, I liken it to, we're not writing Saved by the Bell. This is not a very
Right.
linear story, and we're not spoon feeding you the plot points. You're going to have to pick up some things. Like I said, I was an English major in college. I like writers like Cormac McCarthy, or, who take their sweet ass time getting to where they need to go, but everything along the way is so beautiful to enjoy. You know what I mean? In the narration,
Mhm.
or, the set pieces or whatever. You're just going to enjoy the ride. I don't really know if that
Yes.
answered your question, but yeah.
No, and you did. It's a because I have a lot of very technical fights in mine as well because of who I am. And sometimes they're bar fights, and other times they're like knife fights, or we have all sorts of crazy weapons because we're in the apocalypse. And trying to communicate what I'm looking for to my artist can be the difficult part. Him not understanding like what a backhand speed punch is or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
sweeps the leg, but how does he sweep the leg? Or like, you know what I mean? Um, I have a lot of like multiple opponent fights as well where things can get
That's cool.
and what's the best way to show those? You know what I mean? Because when I talk about the fights in the script, I'm describing the whole thing as time passes, but when I work with my artist closely, he's like, "What are the main points of this fight?" Because obviously, we don't have 30 seconds to show action. We have panels. So I think that's part of the challenge is being able to pick out from a fight those big moments to be able to showcase instead of like film where it's like you can see the wall run, you can see all the cool things that happen in a matter of 10
Mhm.
seconds. We don't get that here. So
Yeah.
how do you write your fights? Like, are you writing like I do where you write the whole thing and pick out moments, or do you know what key moments and you just give the artist those? Just curious.
So, I wish Casey was here for this question because he can answer it better than I could. When Casey writes for the main arc, because he's the one who generally writes fight scene and how that's going to go together. Same thing with this book. He wrote that. Casey's really a very visual writer, and the way I
Mhm.
can say that is he loves to drop things into the script, images into the script to show you what he's thinking. Like he goes, "Oh, I found this fight and the Hulk, that you need to look at to kind of get an
Yes.
idea of what I want to do with it." And because he'll write the fight, but he'll give you this and go, "See panel 2 and panel 4. What they did there. I want you to do something similar to that," or and give me stage directions to go along with it. So it's really interesting. In fact, he'll use anything. It doesn't have to be comic pages. He'll send you video clips, all sorts of weird stuff. One of them that he sent me one time is there's a scene in issue 1 uh, where Bigfoot pops out of Cthulhu's eye socket, and is charging out of his eye, basically. And he had this gif from Fellini movie in the script of this woman's eye just getting cut open again and again because it's a GIF and it won't stop cutting over and over and over and over and over again. And then we're on a call one day. We're on a call one day, and I said, "I can't stand it anymore, Casey." We're both in the Google Doc because we both work in a Google Doc together. "I can't stand it anymore, Casey." Clicked on it
Delete.
and deleted it out. He goes, "Where'd it go?" I said, "I can't look at it anymore, man. It was disgusting."
It's like,
Not
how many
even the
times do I
one
got
that
to see
says,
her lose an eye? It's not fun anymore.
"Yeah, it's not fun anymore." It just became normal.
Ah, oh, it's funny.
So, you
I'm
know,
laughing because I lose an eye in the video of my welcome video.
and that's like a thing that it's funny because we always talking about in the comic about, well, if he goes up against this cryptid or this monster or this and that, well, how's he going to lose an eye? Because we keep making this joke that he's just going to have everybody losing eyeballs, but like
That's
it
funny.
seems like it's kind of a thing. He lost one of his bad guys lost an eye, and there's going to be some eyes. Stick around,
Like
folks.
it's
So
like Star Wars when everybody loses a hand.
everybody loses a hand, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's funny. Now I have to go look.
Right
You
now.
know what I mean? Like after you tell people like something like that, you have to go back and look. Like, did so and so lose an eye? Oh yeah. Like,
Hey, Bigfoot ripped out his eye. Drink. You know, the we're just gonna turn it into a drinking game. He lost an eye.
yes.
Yeah.
Drinking game it is. Every time someone loses an eye, you take a shot. With a
Absolutely.
grape in it.
Impressed.
Drink the eye.
I figure if I'm drinking mezcal and if I drank mezcal and ate the worm, I can handle eating a grape in a shot. So
Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm pushing all the buttons. I was going to show you the part where I lost an eye.
please.
I lose it a bunch of times in the bloopers. It's funny. Do. Oh, you can see me fall down a lot too. See?
Are you okay? Have anything for this? No one prepared me for this. That's a hot mess.
Oh wait, here we go.
Oh.
This one's a good one.
Oh.
Had a good bounce to it.
Down here somewhere. I'll find it. I got it.
Just had a blast filming this.
Me too. Go back in. Whose idea was this? Bubbles! Back to you.
Oh man.
We used to have so much fun filming that.
I did. I feel so bad sometimes where it's like, you have to watch this. You know what I mean? Like I make people watch it. And I learned a ton too, trying to green screen with myself. Made some mistakes, but it worked. But now I know how to do it so much better. You know what I mean?
Right.
After you try and you do it and you execute it one time. Yeah, Ellie lost her eye. So funny. So like, let's make eyes our thing. That would be hilarious.
There you go. We'll start our own imprint, eyeball press. So our website could be loseaneye.com.
It's gonna be our new secret joke. I see what you did there, Dan.
I see what you've done there. Yes. Very good.
So tell people what's coming next. Obviously, this one is funded. When is it expected out?
So we put a date on there for March, but I expect that we're going to get it done faster than that. That was just more of a CYA situation.
Yes.
The artwork's 2/3 the way done. We begin lettering as soon as I get back from a work trip in a couple of weeks. I'll begin lettering that, and that'll take a couple of days. But yeah. So it's popping his mind. Hey, I like
Quentin.
it. So yeah, no, the book's coming along well. I'm really happy with the artwork. The story's great, and it's just going through, and we're pretty limber around here. We let people take some creative freedoms with things. So so we'll have so we'll be changing dialogue a bit when we're doing the lettering, just to make everything fit properly and all that. Because if you got a good idea, roll with it. Let's see what you can do. And as long as the page flips work properly, I'm pretty easy with stuff like that. So we'll, Casey and I will be doing a dialoguing session, and I'll do some lettering, make a little comic. And but it's all coming along great. I'm really happy. The big challenge will be once we get the book, between when the book is completed and the book is printed and we do the fulfillment, we have to record our director's commentary. And that's always a hard time scheduling that because you have so many people trying to get in a room together. The last time we did it, usually I'll just send a link directly. The link will go directly to YouTube. I had to actually link it to my website because we printed the book and we were fulfilling the book, and we had not finished the director's commentary. So we filmed the director's commentary and it just went to a link on our webpage instead. So by the time everybody's books got there, the link was active and ready to roll. But we had a hard time scheduling that. Yeah. So hedge your bets the best you can. I didn't want anything to go out late. So it was very important that we get that done quickly.
I feel you. I had something similar to that when I was doing the QR code scavenger hunt because one of them is
Yeah.
actually a short film that we filmed. And I was like, I had them all there and there was just one blank spot. And I was like, I probably should do this so we can print.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, right?
Right. It was like, I need to do that. It's on the list. So there's that. You're gonna be, unfortunately, I don't get to meet you at Cowtown. I'm so sad, but are you gonna
Yeah.
have more appearances that people can come see you and tell us all your socials so people can follow?
Yeah, my next show is Horror for the Holidays here in Austin, and that's in the first week of December. I travel a lot for work, so I had to bow out of Cowtown. Cowtown, unfortunately, I just needed some time at home. I'd been gone for
Yeah.
3 weeks between work and conventions.
Well,
It
and
was
if
like
it's your
I needed to
wife's
be home.
birthday, you can't be gone on your wife's
Oh,
birthday.
oh, no, that was this weekend.
Oh,
The next weekend, yeah, no, that's different. No, I will definitely, yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Bye, honey. I'm
Definitely
at a
not.
con. Happy birthday. Yeah, fired.
Happy birthday,
Divorce
Israel.
papers.
Exactly. No. And then I'm working on my 2024 shows right now, but you can definitely, I'll be at, I'm planning on uh, Comic Palooza. I've got applications out to C2E2 and Emerald City right now. I've also got, I will also be trying to get to Heroes Con, in the
Where's that?
Carolinas and what?
Where is that?
In the Carolinas. I can't remember which Carolina it is, but one of those Carolinas. Hold on one second. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Hmm,
Was that a sneeze?
Thank you. No, that was a cough, but
Okay. I was going to
anyway,
bless you, but forget it.
unnecessary. But thank you. I appreciate the attempt. Yeah, no. So I've got a few irons in the fire for 2024. Yeah,
Cool.
you want to find me? Go to BigfootKnowsKarate.com, LesserKnownComics.com, or you can follow me at the handle in my name there, Danomite139. That's DANOMITE139. So that's me
Very
in a
cool.
nutshell, man. Yeah.
Is there any one social platform that is your favorite? Like you spend more time
And
there than the
Instagram.
others?
Yeah,
Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, for sure. It
Okay.
is. Hey, David, how are you? Good to see you.
David's great.
Um,
David's awesome.
yeah, I met David. He lives in Texas, but I met him in Baltimore actually. So that's where we met
Ooh.
recently, and that was really cool. He's friends with. We have mutual friends. I know his studio mates. Barely. We've met years ago. Terry and Halo, and they're good friends with my buddy Drew Edwards, who does Halloween Man, and so that's how I met. Uh, that's yeah. Where did I meet him? Through Tim Fling.
Tim knows
It was a good
everybody.
weekend, Lori. Yeah, Tim knows everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Baltimore, I'm sure. Baltimore, there was a ton of people there. So
oh yeah,
I saw pictures of everybody there. That was awesome. I wish I could have been
it was a
there.
great
But
show. It was a great show. Had a great time. Now, do you do Comic Palooza since you're in Texas?
I haven't done it yet. Considering we just printed our first issue last year, I wanted to
Mhm.
build up a little more inventory
Sure.
issue wise before I started traveling more for cons. It's coming. I will be doing
Yeah.
more. Charter Comics goes to a ton of cons all over the place. And if it's in
Okay.
Texas, they're there. So
Okay.
especially with issue number 4 will be out. And then after that, we'll do a trade paperback. We'll have plenty of inventory, and I've been building up our merch. So we'll have plenty to fill a table so I can go and actually get my
Good.
table money back. It's hard when
Right.
you have like one issue. You're like, buy my comic. And they're like, $10. Thanks. You got to sell a lot of $10 comics.
You do. You do. The thing is, I mean, I made the switch recently from selling my whole inventory of stuff to just selling Bigfoot. And
Yeah.
that is a challenge, but it's like, let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's do it. I'm going all
Yeah.
in on this concept. So plus, I mean, the old stuff for me is not as indicative of it's not indicative of what I'm doing now, and I don't want
Right.
people
Getting
I don't want people
confused.
getting any confusion in the marketplace. Well, this guy does these types of comics. No, he does this type. He can do a lot of things. I'm very bendy, very bendy. But
Yeah.
want to keep it. Want to keep it. Keep people on the Bigfoot train as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that too, because I feel like Path of the Pill Rider is kind of our flagship as well. But I am writing other things at this point. Like I got tapped to write some issues for William Russell's Psycho Sal. I'm going to be writing some for Rich Perotta's Incantessi. So I have things coming. Issue 4 for Psycho Sal, I think, is going to print very, very soon. So that one should be wrapping up. I'm really excited to see what they did with it. And like I've seen some of the art, but to actually like sit down and read your script and someone else's story to me, and it's like I crack up because like Chris Hayes wrote 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm writing 4, 5, and 6 from a different. It's the same story, but like we're changing perspective. So 1, 2, and 3 was like there's a serial killer in the New Orleans in the 80s, and it's the homicide detectives and like the FBI, BAU who are hunting this guy. And so 1, 2, and 3, he's going through his murders. They're looking for clues. 4, 5, and 6 is from a female victim's point of view. So that's what I'm tackling.
Does it handle the same story? Does it handle the exact same plot as the first one, or does it continue on?
It continues. Okay. So you'll see those agents and those homicide detectives continuing to work the case in 4, 5, and 6. I continue that story, but I'm also changing the perspective. So you get to see what it's like to be hunted by this serial killer and the psychological damage that happens, you know, as they're going through it. How did she even attract his attention, etc. You know, right? And then 7, 8, and 9 are going to be written from the serial killer's point of view. So
very cool.
It's very interesting, and I was really excited to take it on. So yeah, just to see like what they do with it. So anyway, I wrote because again, we pick up like there was a murder and they show up there, but it's pretty grisly. So I have like people puking on the first page. And I was they put it on like the Kickstarter page where it's like this guy's puking in the corner, and I was like, ha ha ha, I did that. I don't know. I'm easily entertained.
It's a good feeling though, you know. I mean, that you can evoke some sort of emotion out of somebody that you know what I'm saying. That, like, you know, I wrote something where the characters needed to puke. You know, I mean, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, can you imagine the stomach turning as soon as somebody opens the first page? You're like, well, what's this? This is intriguing. What's going on here?
Like, oh, really? This is what I opened it to. Thanks.
Yeah. I did a cover for a book. Did a cover for a book recently called Super Stoner Chronic Rangers, and so you know, I mean,
what did you put on this cover? That's what I'm. What?
It was a homage cover actually to an old Power Rangers cover from the '90s that I had seen. I don't know anything about Power Rangers, but I knew this one cover, and I was like, well, I showed the guy the cover. I was like, what do you think of this? I want to do something like this because it's you know, pot smoking Power Rangers, you know, is the you know the crux of it, you know. And so he's like, hell yeah. So I did this. Yeah, there's a Green Ranger. You gotta have a Green Ranger. They all have like pot leaves in their helmets and stuff like that, and you know, it's fun. You know, the creator's a great guy, Chip. He's a good dude. I've known him for a while. And when he came to me, he goes, "Will you do the cover?" I'm like, "Yeah, how can I not? I get to draw fucking Stoner Rangers. You know, that's awesome." So he knew me from I had started working on Bigfoot. That's when we met. He was more familiar with Latex Avenger, and so that's where he kind of, you know, that's when we met. And so so it was a different art style completely, you know, for that cover than I did on Bigfoot for sure. Exactly.
Quinn's cracking me up in the comments. He said an idea just popped out. Pun intended.
Well, I mean, let me show you this again. I mean, like,
show it. Look, Quentin, you weren't here when he showed this off the first time. Look at this, Quentin.
Yeah, you got Manibus, the kaiju pot monster, in there. Can you see him? This guy, this way. Yeah, the big old green dude. That's Manibus, the kaiju pot monster.
It has smoke coming out of his mouth. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then he's got the 2 Puff Marshmallow Man with him. So, you know, I'm not against.
Like, don't go anywhere. I need a snack later.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not against doing these types of characters. So
what did you say? Oh, look, he loved it. Thank you for sharing that again. Quentin approves. Quinn says, an idea just popped out. How about an illustration of an eye-popping zombie news reporter on a t-shirt and the caption reads, "It's a must-see" for part of the Path of the Pale Rider merch. I think we're going to do some more eyes. Look, we already did some eyes here.
Awesome.
I mean, it's a thing now. We're gonna have eye popping is definitely part of mine too. Me and Dan, we're gonna have the secret eye popping, right?
It's gonna be like this. We're gonna do this, but when you go here, and then there's two eyeballs like right there, and we're
You just got to make the popping noise too.
There you go. Done. I'm in.
That's funny. Well, sir, I want to be respectful of your time. I just wanted to make sure, are you okay on time? We're an hour and 45 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I probably get back to work, but
Okay.
I had a great time hanging out with you today.
I'm
Yeah,
so glad
thank
you
so
came
much.
on, and like I said, this was a long time coming, and I'm sure
Yes.
we will meet. You know, us both being in Texas, we'll eventually get to a show together. And I'm looking forward to shaking your hand, or maybe even giving you a hug.
Yeah, no pressure. We'll do fist bumps, handshakes, whatever. I'm easy.
Right.
Yeah. But this was great. Thank you for the time today. I really had a great
Absolutely.
time, and let me pitch my wares, so to speak. And for everybody who's
Absolutely.
in the chat today, thanks for hanging out and laughing along with us. Appreciate that.
Yep. Yeah. We never take the show too serious. We have a good time, and I like to show off stuff, but I like to have a laugh and hang out with the guests too. So please, again, if you haven't had a chance to go back, go take a look at this. If you're watching the replay, the link is in the comments. It's pretty easy to find. Bigfoot is one word. Bigfoot knows karate. It's kicking butt and taking names. Go pick out something that works for you. His prices are very competitive. There's lots here. And then when he gets back from the weekend from being busy, he will update some stretch goals, because I know there's more coming. So keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on it. Right?
Thank you so much, y'all.
Absolutely.
Pops, great meeting you. Laurie, great meeting you. Thank you so much.
Good looking
Yes,
book.
thank you for coming.
Good looking book, no doubt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Looks
sir.
amazing.
Thank you. I will relay the message to the gang for sure.
Y'all know what to do.
You're gonna push the button?
Just back it already.
Push that button.
Where's
that button.
the
There you
Chrome
go.
one? Here. There.
Just back it already.
Just back it already. You know what's up.
Awesome.
Thanks again, Dan. Everybody say goodbye to Dan.
So
Bye,
bye, y'all. Have a great day.
You
See you later. And then
It was cool.
it is
That
us.
was really cool.
That book looks amazing, does it not?
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
If you ain't down, you know what to do. Go be down. Go be down with that.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. And I just want to remind people that if you scroll to the bottom of the Path of the Pale Rider Kickstarter, we have this whole section of
much more stuff.
Yeah, it starts with the Roku. So Friends with Campaign, look for the green. It's the only green on my page. Everything else is red, right?
Yeah.
So it sticks out. Friends with Campaign. It starts right here with the Roku. Carissa's issue number 7 coming out. Amazing. She was like, your book got delivered yesterday. Did you get it? And I was like, I haven't been out to the mailbox. Oh my gosh, I have to go. The last one just ended. It's amazing. I already have it.
She's on top. She's so on top of it, man. It's like
just nuts.
It's funny because the campaign ended and it was like an hour later, and she sent me a message with the link to the sign up for the next one, and I was like, take a minute, fuck.
It's already approved and ready to go. She's been as she's campaigning, she's working on the next one. Yeah. It's just amazing.
Or even the one beyond that. It's like,
I think she has them all like pre-approved, which is amazing. How many? We'll have to ask her how many out she is approved. Ray's number 6 is live. Now this one I want to point out because it's been a while since Sam and Trey had a Kickstarter, because I met them when I was doing issue number 1 and they were on issue number 5. Mm-hmm. So they took their time. They found a brand new artist. They're actually changing the style that they're producing this. The art looks amazing. And if you like zombie like I do, this one is great. They have a giant cast, so you get different points of view. Look, it looks much more manga style to me. What do you think?
It's well, I mean, I don't think it looks too much different.
Really? I think it does. I think it's definitely manga. Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, I still like it. Just to me, it was.
You don't like? I'm not saying that's anything bad. I'm saying it's just a different style for them, and I like it. Like here's the previous, right?
Well, that's what I mean. It doesn't look too much different.
Well, I guess you're right. It really doesn't. I
mean,
this
maybe
new artist, though.
I think what looks different is the panel layouts and the way he's drawing your eye around the page now. You see what I'm saying? Before they were pretty basic layouts, page layouts, right? But you go look at that page layout up there, and it's way different. I think dynamic. That's the difference you're seeing right there.
Yeah,
and that's cool. You want you want your eye to be drawn around the page in the order that the story goes, right? So sometimes, page like Stephen B, the way he does it, I love it.
Right. Stephen B does amazing work. And I just like how like the hands coming out of the panel, it's like right in your face. It definitely gives that horror zombie vibe. Just amazing. There are some Easter eggs in this. I gotta say, there's a Path of the Pale Rider Easter egg in issue 6. I got to see it. It's really cool. They took their time and they did it right. You know what I mean? They didn't rush into the next one just because. Look at this.
That's nice.
Look who's on the last part, though. Look at the name.
I see it.
It's Marco Devillo cover.
I see Devillo up over in there.
Yeah. This is Marco. I got this cover. It's hard. I wanted this one. This is a foil cover, and then I was like, oh, but this is Marco's art. I just couldn't decide, so I went with this one. I like how the number 6 is on his tongue.
That's the only thing I hate about variants. I can't afford to buy more than one.
I know.
I can buy anything at all. I can't afford to buy more than one. And when they got 4 or 5 different covers, Laurie, I like.
I was like, that's me.
Yeah. I mean, because they're all badass. And it's like, how am I going to pick one out of those?
And look at these stickers. This is something that I was listening to their launch party. And if you look at the blood running down the wall, it makes a letter R.
Yeah.
For Rays. I was like, that's cool. They have little pictures like they made. This is really cool too. Ben, Cody. Where's Marco? There's no Marco cover.
Yeah, they didn't make one for Marco.
But yeah, they just have lots of cool stuff. There is where are their stretch goals? Their stretch goals are really cool. They haven't put them up yet. So there's a lot that's really cool. And their goal is really, manageable. It's $500. So I'd love to see this one get funded. They have 9 backers, $170. So we'd love to see this one go. They got 27 days, so they'll make it. But everything just is moving a little bit slower on Kickstarter these days. So if you have the means to, go show them some love, right? Let's see, who else is on my suggestions? I think Keto is done. They are. Oh, if you guys like wrestling, this one, Razor Wire McGuire. It's really dark. And of course I like dark.
Who did that? Who's that? I never seen that.
This is under the Kingdom. You remember Jeffrey Cotton, who was on my show, who did I think it's called Awful Thoughts. He did, I don't think he wrote this one. This is just under his title, Kingdom Comics. But let's see here. I'll put it up. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I have not seen that. So look, guys, we do this for a reason. There is a Madness Comic Network on Facebook, and you can be dropping these links so that I do see them, and then I can share and promote them as well.
Here's Jeff up here in the corner. But Kingdom Comics is his, like publishing house. Razor Wire McGuire is very dark wrestling, which is cool, man. Got lots of good stuff too. I want to show you his video. It's not very long, but it'll hit you. Ding ding. Right, you can hear it in your head, right? I backed this. Wrestling isn't really my thing, but when I was looking into the story, and you know me, I like dark. So I was like, I will give this a shot, and just so I could say that I've read it and I can recommend it to people who like wrestling and comics and dark horror. I know it's character driven. Plus there's a cowboy hat in here, so I was like, all right, you got me.
It's funny. There's another wrestling book. I can't remember what it was called, but the premise was the dude was a Dexter-like character.
Oh, killing the serial killers?
But he was a wrestler, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, interesting. It's always good to like just give everything a look, right? And just see, you might find something you really like out there. Let's go back.
You might see something that you know your friend would like.
Right.
That's
part of it too.
Yeah, word of mouth is still the best salesman, no matter what it is. Okay, you tell somebody, "Hey, I checked that out. It was pretty cool. I think you'd like it." They go check it out because they trust your opinion because they're your friends. Word of mouth is still the best way to sell stuff.
You know, Quentin, I'll just go run him over with my car and take it back. Just kidding. I'm going to be rocking that cowboy hat all weekend when I'm at Cowtown. It's like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go to Fort Worth where there's the stockyards and not bring your cowboy hat. Orphan Bloodline is in pre-launch status. If you like historical drama, superhero, cyberpunk with time travel and tech, it's crazy the amount of stuff he has just jam-packed into these stories. He has like a whole symbol. He's created like a symbolic language with this where you can solve the riddles, which is really cool. It's right up my alley. And I love this Breaking Bad homage cover, which is really cool. So you can sign up for pre-launch there. Dude, John Westhoff. We're going to go there. He was on the show. Such a cool guy. We always have a good time hanging out. He takes the Mickey out of me.
He was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he was. He always shows up and drops the two hands in the cowboy hat. So I always laugh at that. He put a bear. We were teasing him about going camping, and they were saying, "Hurry up and back his campaign before the bears get him." And I was like, "Better hope it's not Big James."
Don't be Big James. Don't be.
Anytime there's bear-related humor, I must interject Big James. But this one's 3 books. I think he was crazy, but I get it though. Like nobody wants to pay for extra shipping. If the books are done at the same time and he can ship them to you in one box, it makes sense, to put them together.
Does that. Silverline does 2 comics with every campaign now.
Mm-hmm. I've seen people put multiple issues in a comic before. Brandon has done it. Carissa has done it. So here we are. But he has 3.
Like 2 different titles like this. 2 different titles every campaign. Silverline.
Yes.
Because they got like 10, 15 titles, I mean, so
yes, Silverline, yeah. But he is, these are 3 different titles for him, and it's like I need to get this bulletproof chicken. I gotta go look at my finances. However, my husband's gonna kill me if they all hit at the same time, and he's like, "How many books did you order?" I'm like, all of them. Right. That just looks hilarious. It has the Contra C.
Just tell him it's only 1 check a month. Just tell him it's only 1 check a month. Don't worry about
it. Yeah, he won't be happy with me. Child possession services, which is cool. CPS, they deal with possessed children, and of course depowered. And the thing is that a lot of these are conclusion. I think this is a conclusion where it's like the end of a 3-issue arc. So you have to take a look at that.
That's a one shot.
This one?
I think that's a one shot. Right?
Yeah, it is. But they have all sorts of other stuff on
doing
here.
Is he's giving you 2 extra comics with the climax of his original first 3.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so
And again, it's like you can get a physical copy for $6. Holy moly.
That said print, didn't it? I don't know if that said book or print.
It is the book, because I clarified with him last week when he was here. I said it's a print. And he was like, no, I mean, we're printing the book. I was like, okay, so this is an actual, it's a 24-page book right here.
Yeah.
So it is the physical item. It's the book. It's not just like a 4x6 print. So he's got a ton of stuff. For $9, you can get the digital for all 3. Let's see. I think he has 1 through 3. So what I like about this is he just made it really easy to customize your own. If you follow CPS, you can get 1 and 2 of CPS. If you just follow Bulletproof Chicken, here you go, 1 through 3. You know what I mean? You can get them all. $17, you can get 3 comics. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, we like $5 books. Talk to Tanner. We like $5 books. $5.
Yeah.
You know, we like $5 books. So $5.67 books, that's close enough.
Yeah.
It's close
enough. There's just so much stuff, so much good stuff. I think that's part of the problem is it's hard to choose. You know what I mean? If you're like me and I'm like, well, only have so many dollars to stack all the things.
The funny part is that there are people who have gotten the cost down, right? Okay, that have gotten the cost down where they can sell $5 books or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, I love you guys, man. Now figure out a way to get shipping down.
Right.
Because I don't get me wrong. I don't hate buying the book, but I hate buying a book that the shipping costs more than the book did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because then I want to slap the mailman. It's like, wait a minute. I just bought something. It cost me more to get it here than it costs for them to produce it. Come on.
Right. But Demon Bitch is running right now. Let's take a look. They're going up to, they're trying to raise 6. So they're almost to halfway. They got 79 backers, which is amazing. Wow.
30 days to go.
Yep.
No, Christie.
Of course, Christie
will send you a personalized shitty message with every backing.
She does. I've backed her projects, and she sends you some sort of install, which is hilarious. But I love just like all the different styles going on here. She's a children's book too.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
Demon beats Mr. F Word.
F Word, yeah.
That's it.
It's Mr. so F funny. She let me read this. I read it when she was working on it, and it's hilarious. And my daughter actually did a piece of fan art. I took out all the words from Demon Bitch, and I just had like her Demon Bitch character. And my daughter drew it, and she was like, "I love the chicken."
She like chicken.
She called her a chicken. It was the funniest thing. She's like, "It's a weird looking chicken, but I love it, Mom." I'm like, okay. Send it to Christie. Yeah. I'm like, look what my kid did. Oh Lord. It's funny. I'm a star. Just so funny.
And if you're not
effing stupid.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Demon Bitch, it's just all dark humor. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's not meant to be insulting or
it's just meant to laugh at it.
It's supposed to be funny. Now, I'm not going to say some people won't be offended, but you shouldn't be. And definitely don't be offended for somebody else because they can speak for themselves.
Look at this. This one makes me laugh too. We're like, "Stop stalking me," and they're like way far away. And Chris was like, "Eh." Oh, it's funny.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. And she's so beautiful. I
Now
love
look
her.
at the pen again. I want you to look at the
What?
pen again.
The pen?
Scroll down. Yeah. Scroll down.
Pen 15.
You know what
And
it
it's
really
tiny.
says there, right?
You can get where I'm going with this one.
You know what it really says there, though,
Of
right?
course. That's how you used to have to write that word. So it didn't get flagged. It cracks me up. Look how small it is.
And
She
how
don't look so happy
disappointed-
either. Like,
and how disappointed she is.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at her face. Like, wah wah. Oh my goodness.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna be adding some more too. Neverland. Let's see. Neverland by Caleb. I forget his last name. It's
Gotta
also
get
running right
Tanner.
now.
Gotta
Which
get
one?
Tanner's up. You got Tanner's up on here. or
Oh,
is
do
it-
I? Did I skip Tanner's? I'm sorry. I was going through them one by one. I must have missed it. Scrolling too fast, like I always do.
I was gonna say you do got Tanner's on here somewhere, right? Because I
I
do on
thought I
mine.
did. Where is it?
You put it on mine, but not yours. Oh, you got.
Oh. No, you know what? I think I accidentally deleted it because I did have it. I took off I am keto because that one was finished, and I think
Right.
it deleted both. Because they changed how the freaking page works. So when you edit it, and if you're not paying attention, it's real easy to delete stuff. Hold on. We'll go over to the madness and we'll go from there. We'll just click around. Bear with me, folks. I push all the buttons. Here's the madness. Let's see where we at. 29. Who's going to be backer 30? We need a backer 30. Let's keep it rolling. Here we are.
Yeah, there's Tanner's.
Here we are. Oh, this needs some love.
Mm-hmm. It does because it's good stuff, guys.
Let's watch the video.
It's not getting seen enough. Tanner, I'm gonna tell you, I know you do talk show, but you gotta do everybody else's show too. Just saying.
This will wake you up.
You got to do everybody else's show too, Tanner. Get out there.
I can't hear you. I'm rocking. Turn it up. Woo! Heck yeah. That's a minute 59 of just ass kickery and music. I like it.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what's
awesome.
funny? Whose show was I on? We were talking about this, and we were talking. Rich waxing his back came up, and then we looked at this image, and I was like, "Ain't no hair to wax here." And they were like, "Oh, Laurie." Like, there's no waxing here. It's all bare. Like, come on. It was funny. I feel like there's supposed to be a picture here. What happened? Oh, it does this. Turn the page. Bring. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Fund My Comic yet. This is cool.
I'm having an issue trying to find the playlist for the launches and countdowns on my YouTube. I don't know why. I mean, every other playlist is there.
Me too, Quentin. I love that music too. Well, that is the show, folks.
Yep. Thank you for watching, Dan. Thanks for coming out, talking to us about Bigfoot nose karate. Good looking stuff.
Lots of good stuff. Woo! Oh my gosh, look what happened. We broke the stretch goal. Thank you.
Ding, ding, ding. There you go.
I'll go make an update because
Laurie,
we really did.
You're not supposed to cry every time somebody backs.
I'm not. Yeah. I will cry if I want to. It's my party. We just unlocked this gigantic bundle. So thank you to our 71st backer who broke this wide open. So now everybody gets this 15 PDFs. Everybody, physical and digital, we all get these, which is great. I still have to read some of these. I haven't had a chance to read The Good Night, and I have not had a chance to read Knave of Hearts. These are all fantastic. Thank you, Quentin. Thank you, sir. Yep. So now we're on to the next thing. Probably either these koozies.
Would you scroll up and look at that keychain again, please?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a holographic.
I want a pot PR keychain.
We had to abbreviate it sometimes because it's so long. It's not going to fit. Plus the keychain, right?
It's like public relations. I've been doing that all my life. So it's so perfect, you know?
We'll change yours to pop PR. No? Okay.
I like it. Pot PR.
But I love the little Scully. I have a Cricut. I make these myself. So I got a bunch of these, and they're all different colors of holographic vinyl. So that's the same vinyl I used on the black koozies, which turned out really nice. So I have white koozies and black koozies. You'll get whatever I have at the moment because I also sell these at cons. So whatever I got, so you're going to get. And then we'll just keep going. We got lots of good stuff. So thank you.
People that live in the hot desert sun, black koozies are not good for keeping your
No, but the white ones are. And I want, here's the problem. I thought the black koozie would look really cool with the material that I bought, but if you look at it, it's sublimation. It's sublimation. So it means when you iron it, the ink actually goes into the fabric on these white ones. So what I was trying to do is do this red on black, which I thought would be really cool. It did not work. I learned. So I had a bunch of black koozies that I needed to do something with. So I bought vinyl for that. And then I had to buy white koozies so I could use the sublimation. So I ended up getting double the amount of koozies, but they both look really cool. They're just slightly different. So
I just remember living in Arizona and having black koozies just heat your soda up that much faster.
Wait a minute. This is doing the opposite of what I wanted. It might work great for that hot chocolate. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
We're coming into
keep your coffee hot. There you go.
Yeah. And I hope we get this down. I found something growing in my grass. I don't know if it's pumpkin or if it's watermelon because those look really similar. I'm going to go take a picture of this plant. Yeah, I know, but it's growing in my grass. So I'm sure it'll get mowed at some point, but it's probably a direct result.
Put some stakes around it. Tell them, leave it alone. We want to know what it is. We might smash that someday.
It's got to grow. I don't know if it'll make it. It's got to get it.
It's a generational. Look, it's a generational smash. Okay.
We'll smash this one and then we'll grow its offspring and smash that too. That's pretty dark.
You see what I'm saying? It's generational smash, man. So just stake that little area off and tell them not to mow there. We're going to kill that someday.
Oh, it's right in the middle too.
We're fattening it up for the kill.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome. So I'm looking forward to doing that. If we get this far, which I hope we do. I
just got this show struck when I said that, but oh well.
I know, that's funny. You know what though? When we get here, that would be great. And we have a show on Halloween. It will be perfect timing. So I would love to smash a pumpkin on the live on Halloween.
Yes, yes. So don't stop. If you ain't backed it, get behind it. You know what to do. Back it already.
Stop already.
Back it already.
Quentin. It's funny. Anyways, we love you all. Let me take this down so I can get heart to heart with you. Make sure that you be excellent to each other and that you kiss your babies. And I will see you all next week with a whole new guest and a whole new show, and hopefully not a sore throat. I might have no voice. We'll see. We'll see.
Have a great week, everybody. Stay tuned for Hyde Hermit Studios art stream coming up in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say we went a little over, so they're coming. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month,